To my regular viewers, you may be surprised to see a non-Timberwolves video coming through my feed. Fear not, I will continue to cover the Wolves regularly, and they're going to remain the primary focus of my channel. But with that being said, at the moment, Karl Anthony Towns is out injured, and we are certified stinkers. I'll be back later in the week with more Timberwolves content, so don't panic. But while we're having a down stretch here, I want to take some time to address another team in the league I find very intriguing, a team that many NBA fans find very intriguing, the Portland Trail Blazers. The Trailblazers are one of the teams that gives NBA pundits the most trouble. Led by the transcendently talented Damian Lillard, the Blazers range anywhere from play-in tournament to dark horse contenders in the eyes of NBA analysts. And today I want to break down who exactly the Trailblazers are and why I think they present a real threat to the elite teams of the NBA. Let's get the ball rolling with CJ McCollum. McCollum is an all-star caliber guard, and I think many NBA fans would be surprised to find out that the only NBA award McCollum has ever received is the most improved player in the 15-16 season. He's got to be one of the best guys in the league to have never been an all-star up until this point. McCollum has averaged over 20 points per game for 5 straight seasons heading into this year, and has done so shooting 40% from 3 over those 5 seasons. He can score on and off ball and is the perfect offensive tag team partner for Damian Lillard. With 2 lethal guards who can run around off screens and can play well with the ball in their hands or without the ball in their hands, defenses are brutalized by what is arguably the best backcourt in the NBA. The major limitation of Lillard and McCollum is the defense. With McCollum and Lillard standing at 6'3 and 6'2 respectively, the duo is relatively undersized, and while both players are decent defenders, it is far from their specialty. The duo's offensive potency, however, is so extreme, it practically justifies any poor defense they could present, but specific matchups can cause real issues for this duo. Teams with big guards who can run good switch defenses and guard the perimeter are a big problem. Unfortunately for the Blazers, both the Lakers and Clippers can run out lineups that feature LeBron or Paul George in guard positions. Regardless, having 2 guys who could both go off for 40 in a game at your 1 and your 2 spots always presents a real threat to any team. But fear not, there is more than enough defensive versatility on the Blazers roster to help account for these issues. Jusuf Nurkic is still working on a full recovery from the brutal injury he suffered at the end of the 18-19 season. But his skill set is a very good complement to the team's stars. The Bosnian beast is comfortable passing out of post-ups. He averaged 3.2 assists just 2 seasons ago pre-injury. This means when Nurk has the ball in the post, CJ and Dame can both run around the perimeter and find themselves open for catch-and-shoot threes off of Nurk's passes. But where Nurk unquestionably makes his money is on defense. He is a bruising rebounder and a strong paint presence. Nurk is not a premier shot blocker, but his pure strength alone makes him a very good rebounder. He's proficient at box outs and is a very good primary defender against post players. Robert Covington and Rodney Hood are both very good 3-and-D veteran forwards. Robert Covington is a beloved former Timberwolves of mine, and he did struggle at shooting threes in Houston, but give him a break, he was playing center for whatever reason down there. He historically has been a good shooter and is an all-defensive caliber forward. The Blazers more than likely will have to go through LeBron or Kawhi en route to championship dreams, and Rocco is more than a solid option as a primary defender against star wings. Rodney Hood has a lot of similarities to Sir Robert Covington. He is a 6'8" versatile defender, and while he's not lights out from 3, he's a reliable enough shooter to help space the floor. Hood is coming off of a torn Achilles last season, and if the 28-year-old can return to form from before the nasty injury, he could lend a lot of help to this Blazers team. A lineup that sees a healthy Hood at the 3 and Robert Covington at the 4 could be an ultra lethal offensive group while having a solid defense to boot. The Trailblazers' X factor, who may go undetected to some casual fans, is Gary Trent Jr. Trent was the 37th pick in the 2018 draft, and he has made a lot of teams look silly for passing on him so deep into the draft. Trent averaged 17 points a game in the bubble, shooting over 50% from 3 in the seeding games. In just the third game of this season, Trent hung up 28 points against the Lakers in a winning effort. Trent has been a streaky player so far through his young career, but if Trent gets hot at the right time, he could make the Blazers one of the most dangerous teams in the league.
It's Melo time, baby.
Let's go. I mean, he's one of the best scorers of all time, so it's simple. All jokes aside, Carmelo Anthony is one of the most prolific scorers in the history of the NBA. And while he has clearly lost a step or two since his time in New York, Carmelo is still a very capable scorer. Melo shot 38% from 3 last year and gave the Blazers 15.4 points and 6.3 boards a game. What makes Melo truly special amongst players scoring 15 a game right now is Melo can get every single one of those points on his own. It makes absolutely zero difference who is on the court with Melo. If it's Dame Lillard or some G League scrub, Melo can generate his own offense. Let me put it this way, Carmelo Anthony is getting paid roughly the same amount as Grayson Allen and Jeff Teague, and I hope all the Wolves fans join me in saying this. Jeff Teague is a bum. Derrick Jones Jr. is an explosive forward. While he is a subpar shooter, he makes up for it with solid defense and insane rim running ability. Jones is simply one of the best dunkers in the league, certainly as far as highlights are concerned, and what he can do in transition and running off backdoor cuts gives the Blazers some extra juice. Enes Kanter is a dynamic big man who can generate offense for the Blazers off the bench. He's also an excellent offensive rebounder and can do a respectable job filling in for Nurk when necessary. Anthony Simons has potential as a dynamic ball-handling playmaker. He has yet to live up to the potential that Blazers fans hoped he would reach, but he is only 21 in the third year of his career, and there is still hope that he can develop into a dynamic player for this franchise. Unfortunately, the magnificent mane of Zach Collins will miss the remainder of this abbreviated season due to an ankle surgery. But where one door closes, another one opens, and there is some hope that Nasir Little can return from his brutal bout with COVID and provide the Blazers with some further support. Harry Giles is another tantalizing prospect who could slide into that power forward role to help replace the minutes of Zach Collins. It didn't work out for Harry Giles in Sacramento, but there is hope that he can put together some sort of a breakout season in Portland with some of these open minutes. And while I do have faith in the terrific supporting cast of the Portland Trailblazers, let's be honest, it's all about Dame. Damian Lillard is simply one of the best basketball players on the planet and one of the best of his generation. His collection of highlight moments and unbelievable runs place him in elite company in the NBA. He is an MVP caliber player and one of the best point guards in the league. Damian Lillard is a player who can single-handedly propel the Blazers to playoff victories. The Blazers entered the bubble out of the playoff picture, and Dame said nah, and just proceeded to score 37 points a game, including a 51 and a 61 point performance in 2 must-win games. The denial of Damian Lillard is over. He is unquestionably, undeniably a superstar. So if you can picture a playoff run where CJ McCollum, Carmelo, and Gary Trent Jr. are all burying shots, and Robert Covington, Rodney Hood, and Yusuf Nurkic are all healthy and putting the clamps on, all while Damian Lillard goes absolutely supernova again, it feels like that version of a Blazers team could be just about any team in the league, and hell, they might just do it. It is hard to imagine anybody coming out of the West besides the Lakers, but man, would it be absolutely electric if this Blazers team managed to pull it off. There is so much to like about how the pieces of this team fit together, and heck, it's just straight up hard not to like Dame's ice cold demeanor. The guy is probably straight up the coolest player in the league. CJ McCollum's a hilarious dude, and I'm a Carmelo Anthony lifer, so this team not only appeals to me with their on-court product being fun to watch, but also appeals to me who they are off the court. I know we're only a handful of games into the seasons, but if the Wolves keep on stinking it up and I need another team to hitch my fandom to in the late season and playoffs, it'd probably be the Blazers. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed a little non-Timberwolves content. I hope to continue to spread my wings a little bit and explore more of the league as time goes on. That being said, I know that the awesome subs and viewers who have helped me build this channel over the last several months are Timberwolves fans. And at the core of it, even when we stink, I'm a Timberwolves fan. So be ready for more Wolves content in your feeds like usual. Stay lit, and thanks for watching.